Is it safe to breastfeed if you have COVID-19? Is it safe to get vaccinated if you are breastfeeding? Hello and welcome to Science in 5. I'm Vismita Gupta Smith, and we're talking to Dr. Lawrence Grummer Strawn about breastfeeding and COVID-19 today. Welcome, Lawrence. Let's start with, is it safe for a mother to breastfeed if she has COVID-19?
I'm sure that mother is very concerned about her own health as well as the health of her own baby. But it's really critical to understand that WHO not only says it's safe to breastfeed, but it is highly encouraged that she breastfeed her baby. We know that the breast milk itself is not a means of transmission of the virus to her baby. There are also concerns about just her own care of the baby and being so close to the baby that comes from that close contact during breastfeeding. And yet what we find is that in fact the transmission risk to that baby is very, very low. And in fact, if the baby were to get infected, babies typically have very mild cases of COVID, and so it's not a significant health risk. On the other hand, we have to weigh that against the loss of the benefits of breastfeeding. It's critically important that we also continue to protect that baby from many of the other diseases that they might get if they were not breastfeed. And when we've done cost-effectiveness analyses, comparing is just so much more important. The benefits of breastfeeding strongly outweigh the possible risks of transmission.
Lawrence, describe to us what steps a mother should take if she has COVID-19 and is breastfeeding her baby.
So that mother who has the baby and is breastfeeding certainly wants to do what she can to protect her baby from that, even though it's a small risk, but from that risk of transmission that could happen from close contact. And so we would recommend the same kinds of protections that she would have with other family members, of wearing a mask when she's around them, washing her hands frequently if she doesn't have access to safe, clean water for washing, then to use alcohol-based wipes and such. And so to continue to have contact, because it's important that the baby have contact with the mother, but that she have those kinds of just basic precautions against transmission.
Lawrence, is it safe for a breastfeeding mother to get vaccinated?
So based on all the evidence that we have, it is not only safe for breastfeeding mothers to be vaccinated, but it is also highly recommended. It is important for her own health, that she be protected from COVID, and that she's able to take care of her family as best as possible and doesn't get too sick. There is no evidence that the vaccine would allow for the virus to be transmitted to the child, and there is no reason that the vaccine would be any less effective in a breastfeeding mother than in a non-breastfeeding mother. We would definitely recommend that she should be vaccinated as soon as the vaccine is available to her to protect her and the community around her.
Lawrence, speak to us, please, about these benefits of breastfeeding and also about WHO's recommendations on breastfeeding.
So WHO recommends that women start breastfeeding in the first hour of life, so immediately at the time of birth, and that she continue breastfeeding for 2 years or beyond, as much as is desirable for her and for her baby. In the first 6 months, we recommend that baby not be fed anything except breast milk. So she should continue the breastfeeding only at the breast during that first 6 months, and then after the first 6 months, introducing complementary foods. Now, the reasons for that are that there are so many health benefits to breastfeeding for the breastfed child in terms of protection against infectious diseases such as diarrhea or respiratory infections. But also there are long-term impacts even after breastfeeding has stopped, of protecting that baby against the development of childhood overweight and obesity, protection against SIDS and leukemia, so long-term benefits to the child. And finally, the mother herself benefits from breastfeeding in terms of her protection against breast cancer, ovarian cancer, diabetes. So there are benefits to both the mother and the baby.
Thank you, Lawrence. That was Science in 5 today. Until next time, then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stick with science.
Congratulations to both you new parents. I'm sure you are equally excited
Hello po. Naririnig niyo po ba ako? Good evening, everyone.
Yes po, loud and clear.
Hello po, Mami. Thank you. Okay, good evening po. Welcome once again to our 3-day Road to Exclusive Breastfeeding Workshop. How I switched from mixed feeding to exclusively breastfeeding my baby. As a first-time mom, a busy working mom, without nursing my baby, and continued providing breast milk for my 8-month-old with zero expenses for formula milk. Even other doctors don't know it's possible. Okay, so ano lang po tayo, quick question po ito. So, who were not here po yesterday sa ating session? Or lahat po ba naka-attend kahapon po sa first day session natin? Sino po yung wala po kahapon? So, present. Present. Also, si Mommy Princess. Wala po siya kahapon. Present naman. Absent si si Mommy MJ. Absent din si Mommy Jenny. Maraming present yesterday na present din today. Okay. So let's have a short recap po from our lesson yesterday. For those who na hindi po naka-attend. So ito po yung lesson namin yesterday. EMI lactation system. It means to establish, maintain, and increase. So ibig sabihin yan, we establish our lactation. Ito po yung from day 0 to day 40. So ito po yung time na dumadami pa lang ang gatas natin. After day 40 or 5 to 6 weeks, ito yung papasok yung maintenance ng gatas. And if we fail to maintain our milk supply, ito po papasok ang increase. So there are methods to increase our milk po. So ito yung assignment natin yesterday. Sino po ang nakagawa nito? So ito, we are in here, nasa establishment maintain tayo. So we need to pump or nurse or mag-latch po on demand or every 2 to 3 hours. So within 24 hours period, that is 8 to 12 times a day. So that is 8 to 12 times a day. So if nasa established phase pa kayo, less than 5 to 6 weeks, so you need to have milk expressions. Kasali po yun ang latching or pumping, either or both. Dapat po umabot siya ng 8 to 12 times per day. And if you want to maintain din, it's also 8 to 12 times ang pumping. So in cases na like for working moms, hindi kayang i-maintain ang milk supply kasi busy sa trabaho. So there are times na bumababa ang milk supply. So what happens kapag bumababa ang milk supply, hindi natin kayang gawin to. So kapag times na free na tayo, so we can increase our pumping sessions as close to this one. If we can go beyond 12 times a day, so mas maganda po yun. So meron din tayong power pumping. Power pumping also increases our milk supply. So pwede po siya, we pump for 20 minutes, then rest for 10 minutes, then pump ulit for 10 minutes, then rest again for 10 minutes, and we can pump for 10 minutes again. So alternate po yan ng pump and rest so that we can increase our demand. So ito po yun. So that is establish, maintain, and increase. So quick question and answer po from last night's session. Meron po ba kayong tanong or clarifications? You can type po sa chat box kung may tanong po kayo. Pwede rin pong you can also unmute po para marinig namin kayo kung meron kayong tanong. Clear po ba lahat yung yesterday? Meron po bang ito question. Pwede po bang mag-power pump kahit wearable pump po ang gamit? Yes po, mami, pwede po naman. Kasi actually, yung power pumping, it's just the interval of how you will be pumping. So, ano po siya? So, sabihin natin you are having a wearable pump. So, during during pumping, pwede niyo pong gamitin yung wearables nyo. After naman nun, kapag rest, pwede you have the option to iwan na lang po muna siya sa bra, or pwede nyo namang tanggalin, or depende po yung sa inyo. Pero yun lang po, interval siya. So we have pumping 20 minutes, then rest naman for 10 minutes, then pump naman ulit for 10 minutes. Ganun po yun. How about relaxation po? Relaxation po, mommies, actually relaxation means yung naubos na po talaga ang gatas ninyo. So parang halos wala na talaga lumalabas. So if you are relactating, ma'am, babalik po tayo sa established phase. So, it's as if na bumalik po kayo sa day 0 to 40 days. So, dobleng kayod po yun. So, again, pwede po yun tayo 8 to 12 times na pumping in a day. You can have little milk output po as of few weeks kasi magsa-start po kayo ulit. And depende siya sa how long last kayo nag-lactate or you were able to produce milk. So the longer you were not able to produce milk, the longer you need to put an effort to bring back your milk supply. Okay, so other questions. How much is normal output if breast pumping and at the same time naka-unlatch si baby? Actually po, very tricky po yung question na yan kasi kapag only latching, so let's see here, only latch. Kapag unlatching po kasi si baby, hindi po kasi natin nakikita ang milk output natin kasi nakukuha na ni baby lahat. So, may times naman na may sobra. So, yun po yung nakukuha natin na output from our breast. For as long as our babies are having good amount of wet diapers. So, wala pong space. So sabihin natin para mga around 5 diapers in a day. Tapos, gaining weight naman din si baby. So, ibig sabihin, okay ang milk na nakukuha niyan sa inyo, yung amount ng milk. So, whatever is extra na napapump niyo, it's okay lang po. So, for mommies who are only latching or yung babies nila are directly nursing on their breast or feeding on their breast. So, hindi po kayo dapat ma-pressure to see yung sa social media where nakikita po natin na ang dami-daming gatas. So, actually, you can just pump whatever you can, then i-collect po ninyo within the 24 hours, then pwede ninyo i-store sa ref or sa freezer. Then, Kailan po pwede mag-pump na? Okay lang po kahit wala pang 6 weeks. So, depende po yan, mami, sa goals ninyo. Kasi if you are planning to have your baby latched onto you or yung nurse po, yung tinatawag ng breastfeeding, yung sumususo po ang baby sa inyo, if yun po ang gusto ninyo, so as much as possible, you delay your breastfeed for your pumping for 6 weeks. Kasi during that 6 weeks, hindi pa masyadong malaki hindi pa masyadong marami ang intake ni baby. And kapag sasabayan niyo po ng pumping, so may at risk po kayo for oversupply. And what happens during oversupply, mahirapan si baby mag-latch sa inyo. So, nahirapan siyang dumede. Mas gusto niya na lang ang bottle. So, and pwede po kayong magkaroon ng nutritional imbalance for your babies kasi your baby might miss out on the important essential fatty acids such as DHA and ARA na nakukuha po sa hind milk natin. So as much as possible, if goal niyo po na to have your baby latched onto you, so i-delay niyo po for 6 weeks. However, if your baby is premature, or if you decided to go on exclusive pumping, you can start po anytime. Then, ilang hours ang allowable na pwedeng hindi mag-pump in a day? Question ni Mami Nika. So, in a day po, kasi di ba yung kanina ang natin, back tayo dito. So, ito po yung dapat kasi natin gawin every 2 to 3 hours. Nurse on or pump on demand or of yan siya. For every 2 to 3 hours yan siya. So, there are times that we cannot do that kasi this is ideal, pero we're not living in an ideal world. There are times na hindi talaga natin siya nagagawa. You can, in a day, during the daytime, you can go for as long as 4 to 5 hours. And kapag nighttime naman, we can go for as long as 8 hours. Pero kapag umabot pa kayo ng 8 hours, mahihirapan po kayo kasi at risk po talaga siya for low milk supply kapag long stretches of sleep at walang dede or walang pumping. How to prevent pregnancy? Okay po. Si Mami Noraina, Doc, normal lang po ba na almost few milk lang po ang lalabas every pump? Nagpa-follow po ako sa 8 to 12 times pero almost wala na pong output. Depende po yan, Mami. Depende po sa anong stage po kayo on your lactation. Just like I said last session natin, so during the day 1 or day 0 to 40 days postpartum, so especially if hindi naman kayo nag-i-introduce ng formula milk, so this time, normal lang po na konti yung lumalabas ng gatas kasi yung hormones po natin are still activating, nag-activate pa na po ang lactation hormones natin. But then if you are already formula feeding your baby during this period of time, 0 to 40 days, malaking effect po yon sa milk supply natin and might be the reason why mababa ang milk supply po natin for during pumping. So we will learn po more about this in this session. Okay po. So we'll start our lesson. I will try to answer your questions po as we go along the way po in our session. Okay, so reminders lang po, this workshop is free only if you attend live. And if you want to have a recording from last night's session, or kung gusto niyo rin po yung recording for today, for tonight, you can purchase it at a small convenience fee. Okay, if you attend and participate in all 3 workshops, I will give you a free copy of Mommy and Lactation's frequently asked questions. So, pansin niyo po, mommies, yung mga tanong po na meron kayo dito sa chat box. Actually, marami po akong mga questions na receive similar questions, and I already answered these questions in this frequently asked questions na kinompile ko po for everyone who will attend this workshop for the 3 days na workshop natin. So you just have to answer this Google form to attend to verify your attendance. So I need your attendance so that para malaman ko po kung nag-attend kayo. So I'll send it here. You can fill in your email address and your name here sa Google form natin. So again, this 3-day live online breastfeeding workshop, nasa day 2 na po tayo. Against all odds, breastfeeding solutions some doctors don't know about. You don't have to give up when breastfeeding seems impossible for you. Discover solutions to make your breastfeeding dreams come true. Okay. So are you ready? Ready na po bang lahat makinig? Ready na po bang lahat makinig? Type yes po in the comments para po ma-interaction tayo. Yes, okay. Si Mami Rina, Mami Maria, Mami Allen, Mami Agatha, Mami Jenny, Mami Cielo. Yes, you're ready. So lesson number 2, against all odds, breastfeeding solutions some doctors don't know about. Bakit ko nasabi some doctors don't know about? Kasi I, for one, I am a medical doctor, pero ngayon ko lang nalaman ang mga bagay na to when I was already breastfeeding. When I was already struggling on my breastfeeding. That's when, that's the time na nalaman ko ang mga bagay na to. Hindi siya tinuro nung med school. Parang akala ko, since nasa med school ako, tinuro na ang majority na about human body and diseases. Akala ko like I'm already an expert when it comes to breastfeeding. Up until the time I tried and I experienced breastfeeding myself. Ang hirap pala at ang dami palang problems na hindi ko rin alam kung paano sagutin. Up until I learned, I experienced breastfeeding myself. So, a question for everyone. What do you think is the most common reason why mothers fail to breastfeed their child? Bakit po sa tingin ninyo hindi po nagagawang mag-breastfeed ng mga mommies sa mga anak nila? Any answer po? Bakit po sa tingin nila hindi po nakaka-breastfeed ang mommies sa mga babies nila? Nahihirapan? So, due to work, lack of information, takot. Sabi naman ni Mami Allen, sobrang pagod at puyat. Mami Teresa naman, working mom. Mami Princess, lack of info. Mami Krisha, busy sa work, no time. Mami Carlene, may PPD. Mami Robichelle, hindi supportive. Relatives, walang believe, sabi ni Mami Maria Krisha. Si Mami Richelle naman, sabi niya, masabihan kawawa si baby kasi konti lang ang breast milk at dapat mag-formula. No support. So ito po yung mga questions natin. Pero let's see po kung ano yung mostly na tinatanong ng mga mommy sa akin sa Facebook page ko po and sa emails. Let's see po ha. So ito, sabi po isang mommy, hi po, any tips po paano dumami ang milk supply? Ay 4 weeks postpartum, nasanay si baby sa formula and bottle since hindi ako agad nagkagatas. Ayaw niya mag-latch sa akin. Power pump ako at regular pump every 2 to 3 hours. Though minsan nag-skip pero still same low output na pinakamadami ng 1 ounce. So we have here, paano dumami ang gatas? Still same low output. Another mommy naman, good evening po. Baka po may ma-advise kayo sa akin kung paano magpadami ng breast milk. First time mom po ako, nakaka-frustrate na konti lang po ang nagpa-pump ko ng gatas. Konti lang ang gatas na napapump. And not sure kung gaano kadami ang kukuha niya, nagsasabaw, malunggay, nakakainom ng maraming water. Ano po kayo ang pwedeng gawin? So another naman po, hello po Doc, good day. Working mom, purely breastfeed. Ang gusto ko po, how to increase milk supply kasi konti lang ang gatas pag nagpa-pump po ako. Tapos, hi, 2 months postpartum na po ako. Sobrang hina po ng gatas ko kahit may malunggay capsule. So halos wala nang lumalabas. May pag-asa po bang magkaroon ng ulit ng gatas? And then, hello, sana po mapansin nyo. Ask lang po if may pag-asa po ba continue mag-breastfeed. Baby ko po 3 months old na, lumalabas, tapos may lumalabas po konti, sobrang konti lang ng gatas. So, actually, based on this comments po, messages sa akin ng mga mommies, the most common reason kung bakit ang isang mommy hindi kayang i-continue ang kanyang breastfeeding, it's because may low milk supply. May question po na may pag-asa pa bang dumami ang gatas ko? Natanong niyo po ba yan sa sarili niyo po? Type me kung natanong niyo po sa sarili niyo na may pag-asa pa bang dumami ang gatas ko. Type me in the chat box. Okay, kita po natin si Mami Allen, si Mami Charlene, Mami Noraline, Mami Divine, Mami Reina, Mami Noraina, Mami Mary Jane, Mami Aileen, Mami Richelle. So, nakaka-relate po ang karamihan sa atin. Actually, ako din, I too felt that my breast milk was not enough. At totoo po yun yung sinasabi na ng iba po na walang support. It's very important to have that support especially when it comes to breastfeeding. Hindi kasi nila nakikita kasi ang other people see our milk na wala tayong gatas. Again, they see us having low milk supply. Since nakikita nila na wala tayong gatas, they are asking us to formula feed our babies. Naalala ko yung sabi ng parents ko din nung nanganak ako, sabi niya pa, ano na lang anak, mag-formula na lang tayo kasi kulang ang gatas mo kasi gutom pa si baby. So kahit hindi niya pa kailangan yung that amount of milk, nape-pressure tayo kasi yung nakikita natin, gusto natin yung may nakikita tayong output at hindi at feel natin hindi tayo enough. Kaya we feel powerless and then we try to just submit to what other people are saying. Ano na lang tayo, sige na lang, mag-formula, mag-mix feeding na lang tayo kasi we feel that we're not enough. So, we give in to what people are saying. And then, yun po, yung ibang relatives natin, walang believe sa breastfeeding kasi nga, they know na kapag once working mom ka, in their generation, wala kasi silang option na iba. Their only option is to provide formula milk. Kasi at that time, hindi nila alam na, mayroon parang pumping. Pwede ka palang magtrabaho at mag-pump ka na lang sa work at you can still provide ng breast milk sa baby nyo. So, nung time na nagtrabaho ako, hindi din talaga alam ng parents ko, ng family ko, na meron palang such thing as pumping. And I can provide breast milk for my babies. So, kaya bumibili sila ng formula, sila pa mismo ang gumagastos minsan. So, ganun po. So, there are 3 major reasons for low milk supply. So, we'll learn po dito kung saan po tayo banded sa among these 3. We have hormonal imbalances, breast factors, and delayed breastfeeding. Among these 3, ang delayed breastfeeding is the most common. And the very reason why mothers say that parang kulang ang gatas ko, wala akong gatas. Pero ito lang po ang reason kasi delayed po ang breastfeeding natin. So ibig sabihin, delayed din po ang milk production. Pero we will first tackle about these 2, the hormonal imbalances and the breast factors. So hormonal imbalances, number 1 is hypothyroidism. Ibig sabihin po ng hypothyroidism is mababa ang hormones po ninyong thyroid hormones po ninyo. Yung thyroid hormones natin, it's responsible for our metabolism at malaki ang factor niya when it comes to prolactin and yung mga milk producing hormones po natin, meron po siyang direct effect po doon. So symptoms of hypothyroidism is goiter. Kapag malaki po ang leeg po ninyo, so you try to check na po if meron pa po kayong gatas or kung humihina po ang gatas ninyo at malaki ang leeg ninyo, so you might be having a hypothyroidism at kailangan po ninyong magpa-check up sa doktor. So we have din easy fatigue. Ito pang isang other symptoms, easy fatigability, madaling mapagod. Kahit na nakahiga ka na lang, madali ka pa rin mapagod. Cold intolerance, madaling lamigin. So, meron naman din po tayong tinatawag na postpartum thyroiditis. So, yung phase 1 po nito, at first is mataas ang thyroid hormones natin. So, ang nangyari kapag mataas ang thyroid hormones, pwedeng madami ka ring gatas. So, you can have oversupply. At first 1 to 4 months. But then later on, bigla siyang bababa. 4 to 8 months, bigla na lang bumababa ang milk supply. Kasi we have this what we call postpartum thyroiditis. This is a condition in where ang own body natin is attacking our thyroid gland, yung nakikita po sa leeg natin. And ang nangyayari po nun, actually this is autoimmune. It can happen to anyone po na walang rason. Pwedeng risk factor po if meron kayong previous na thyroid condition or family history na may thyroid condition, pwede nyo pong ma-experience ito. Ang maganda dito sa postpartum thyroiditis is that it can be treated. So, minsan po medyo matagal, pero usually bumabalik lang po siya sa normal. Sa normal. And it can be treated, kanina nagsabi ko, kapag mababa ang thyroid hormones natin. Kapag mababa po ang thyroid hormones natin, you need to have a check-up po sa doctor po ninyo. So ito po yung kanina may nagtanong po, if you are pumping for more than 6 weeks, if you are already more than 6 weeks postpartum, kasi sabi ko nga, di ba, 5 to 6 weeks or 40 days. If you are more than 6 weeks postpartum na, then you are pumping 2 to 3 hours strictly, 8 to 12 times a day for at least 2 weeks. Pero may low milk supply pa rin po kayo and you are experiencing symptoms of thyroid hormone imbalance, kailangan nyo pong kailangan nyo pong lumapit sa doktor ninyo. Kasi para po ma-check natin ang thyroid hormones natin and para maresetahan kayo ng medicines to correct your thyroid hormones. Once corrected, so kapag mababa ang hormones natin, thyroid hormones, kapag once corrected na siya, once nag-okay siya, nag-normal na, you can experience yung full lactation po. Full lactation, or you can have average of 30 ons per day. This is a given po na kapag nagpapampo kayo for 8 to 12 times a day. So another naman is diabetes mellitus. So ito po yung sakit in which we lack insulin. In our body, kailangan po natin ng insulin para to deliver yung sugar na meron tayo sa kinakain natin. So symptoms po ng diabetes, meron tayong excessive thirst, high blood sugar, weight loss or weight gain, fatigue, wounds heal slowly, and blurry vision. Insulin plays an important role in milk production. Kaya po, kapag may diagnose kayo ng diabetes, you also need to go to your doctor para po ma-treat po yung condition ninyo. So again po, if you are already pumping for more than 2 weeks, because 8 to 12 times kayo in a day na nagpa-pump, and then may low milk supply pa rin, and you have symptoms of diabetes mellitus, you need to see your doctor. Then another is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Meron pa tayong nagtanong po kanina sa group chat natin about sa PCOS. So PCOS is an imbalance in our female hormones. Ang female hormones po natin, they are responsible for the development of our ovaries as well as our breast. So if meron po kayong PCOS, depende po sa severity ng condition ninyo, it may or may not affect your breast milk production. So you may or may not have lactation issues with PCOS. And kailangan nyo lang po talaga na i-try mag-consult po yung sa sa doctor ninyo. Usually, okay, nakaka-best feed naman. Kasi meron pa akong kaibigan, colleague ko rin, actually senior ko. She has PCOS for more than 7 years na. Then more than 5 years silang married ng husband nila before sila nagka-baby. And for now, baby nila is around 9 months old. She is still exclusively breastfeeding her baby. Nakikita ko sa mga post niya that she is having milk stash, nagpapadala pa rin sa baby nila ng breast milk niya. So, able po to breastfeed pa rin kahit may PCOS. So, depende po kasi yan siya sa severity ng condition, pero majority able pa rin naman to breastfeed. So another naman is hormonal imbalance. So sino po dito ang nakapag-experience na ng stress, especially sa trabaho or sa bahay or sa family relationship, and then napansin niyo po na bumaba ang milk supply ninyo? So yun, nakikita natin na kapag may stress, na bumababa talaga ang gatas. Si Mami Princess, si Mami Charlene, si Mami Mary Jane. So yun, napapansin po natin na kapag nasa stress tayo, bumababa ang milk supply natin. So, pero, this can be overridden by infant suckling or continued milk expression. So, ibig sabihin po, mamis, kahit na sobrang stress tayo, for as long as may batang dumadede sa atin, hindi tayo mauubusan ng gatas. Kasi, stronger po ang effect ng infant suckling, mas mataas po ang effect ng milk expression kaysa sa stress. Ang nangyayari lang po din kasi sa atin is kapag nasa-stress tayo, of course, minsan wala tayong ganang mag-pump, wala tayong ganang bumangon sa gabi kasi extra effort na naman kasi gusto nating matulog na lang. Sino po ang nakaka-relate? Instead na mag-continue po tayo sa pumping natin, tutulog na lang tayo kasi pagod na tayo, stress na talaga tayo. So, nakaka-relate po ba kayo? Opo. So, meron din po dito, question ni Mami Robichev. If under medication po for hormonal imbalance or sickness, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ba mag-pump or wait po makorek yung hormonal imbalance before makapag-breastfeed? Actually po, Mami, kailangan po natin continue na may milk expression. Kasi again, if there is a demand, there will be a supply. So if we wait for our hormonal imbalances to be corrected before tayo magpadede or before tayo mag-pump, so mas lalo pong madedelay yung yung lactation po natin. So kailangan po natin na continued consistent na milk expression either through infant suckling or hand expression or our breast pumping para po tuloy-tuloy pa rin na may na-activated ang milk hormones natin. Once activated po ang milk hormones natin and corrected ang other hormonal imbalances natin, lalakas na po ulit ang gatas kasi already activated yung milk producing hormones natin. Ito po, question ni Mommy Catherine, nakakahelp po ba ang mag-yoga or meditation to lessen the stress and at the same time makapag-boost ng milk supply? Actually po, pagdating sa stress-related na mga treatment or management, malaking bagay po ito when it comes to our milk production. Actually, there are studies there are studies po showing na kapag yung isang mother na nagpapadede or nagpa-pump, then interrupted sila during their feeding their breastfeeding sessions, nagkakaroon ng interruption din sa oxytocin, so walang letdown, mas lesser ang milk na lumalabas kasi there is the distraction. Pero kapag once a mommy is under calm environment, enjoying the presence of her baby, and yung minsan nga kapag tinitingnan lang yung picture ng baby or nakikinig ng music na about baby music or nakikinig or nanonood ng mga videos about babies, yung oxytocin natin, our love hormone, nandun po siya, nag-activate po siya under a calm environment. So, yoga and other stress meditation and other mga ganun po na that manage stress actually is a big help for our milk supply. Okay. So, aside from the hormonal factors, we also have breast factors. So, we have here insufficient glandular tissue. So, yung ibig sabihin po ng insufficient glandular tissue, hindi po nag-develop ang breast ng isang mommy. So, we have 4 types here, type 1, type 2, 3, and 4. So, ang napapansin po natin dito, halos wala po siyang dede. Actually, minsan 'di ba, we can we can hear mga stories na dalawa ang likod, wala daw ang dede. Pero actually hindi siya, it may or may not be a factor for breast or lactation. Pero here po we'll see na ito po yung itsura ng type 4, this one, type 4. So kapag you have an insufficient glandular tissue, minsan most likely po nagiging ganito ang itsura ng breast. You have wide space, wide space ng breast. Then maliit po yung breast tissue dito around. Wala po tayong breast tissues masyado. So this is the primary cause of lactation failure. And this is not though hindi siya rare, pero hindi po siya common sa mga mommies. So may times naman po na ito kasi medyo extreme na yung picture na to. Meron pa tayong type 1. On the outside, mukha siyang normal, pero still we have here, wide po yung space ng breast nila. And then meron po siyang here, may breast tissues naman siya. Pero how can we say na you have type 1 IGT or insufficient glandular tissue? So here, if you experience very little to no changes in your breast during pregnancy, such as increase in size, change in areola, occasional breast pain or discomfort in pregnancy, and you have wide gap breast, you may be having an insufficient glandular tissue. This is a serious condition po kasi when it comes to lactation, kasi mothers with insufficient glandular tissue may need supplementation. Although they can still breastfeed their babies, meron po akong naririnig ng stories na meron po talaga mga ganong mommies, hindi talaga sila nakaka-breastfeed, pero meron silang gatas pa konti-konti. So again, if you try to increase your demands, magkakaroon po ng increase in supply. That is normal. However, in cases of IGT, so yung konti lang po kasi ang breast tissues ng mommy. So kahit na mataas ang demands niya, mababa pa rin ang supply. However, kahit na mababa ang supply, if you still want to breastfeed your baby, you are still able to breastfeed. Hindi nga lang siya exclusive, hindi nga lang siya complete talaga, but still you can experience the benefits of breastfeeding your baby. So there are also other breast factors. So breast surgery, for those mommies who underwent yung breast augmentation, breast lift. So anything that puts a knife in your breast, dito, pwedeng nagkabukol kayo at inoperahan. So anything that has surgery sa breast can damage nerves and affect lactation. Pero not naman po lahat, hindi naman po lahat. Pero if you have a history of breast surgery and you have a low milk supply, isa po to sa mga factors kasi yung pagdedede ni baby or ang pumping po natin, kailangan po ng nerve signaling po para mag-activate ng hormones natin. And surgery can damage it. So, ito naman po, ang pinaka-common na reason for low milk supply, delayed breastfeeding. Question lang po, who among here were not able to breastfeed in the first hour postpartum? Kanina sa video na pinanood natin, sinabi din sa WHO na important ang first hour na breastfeeding during the first hour. So, sino dito yung hindi nakapag-breastfeed during the first hour postpartum? So, ang dami na pinakikita. Si Mami Lorraine, Mami Eve, si Mami Aina. Mami Mary Jane, si Mami Lady Ann, Mami Noraline, si Mami Lorraine, Nipo Doc, maybe was in the NICU and stayed there for a week. Mami Nor Aina, after 3 days pa po. Mami Bea, Nipo Doc, CS. Diba nakikita natin, ang daming natin na hindi nakapag-breastfeed during the first hour of postpartum. Kahit ako mismo, kasi nanganak ako, CS, and ang baby ko, although well baby, wala siyang problema, inadmit siya sa NICU. So nakita ko ang baby ko after 2 to 3 days pa. So during that first 2 days of life ng baby ko, anong dinedede niya? So, walang breast milk kasi hindi naman siya dumidede sa akin. Hindi naman siya dumidede directly sa akin that time. And pwede naman ako pumunta sa NICU, pero ang hirap naman pumunta every 2 hours sa NICU and then CS. And then mga CS moms can relate, ang sakit po talaga ng sugat natin. So, ang hirap talaga, hindi talaga siya pwede. So, during the first 2 to 3 days of my baby's life, ang dinedede niya po ay formula milk. So, during that span of time, ang gatas ko hindi siya lumabas agad kasi wala pong dumedede sa akin. So, that is very common for everyone po kasi nangyayari talaga ma-private or public hospital, nangyayari po talaga yan. So, ito yung common reasons for delayed breastfeeding. We have maternal factors, yung dahil sa nanay, pwedeng magkaroon ng complications, or meron din newborn factors, separation of mother and baby, and introduction of formula milk in the hospital. So, delayed breastfeeding, kita natin dito, may maternal factors tayo. So, isa po niyan ang CS, na-discuss na po natin kanina. Maternal complications after the delivery. So, minsan po may mga mommies na hindi naman po okay after nung pagpanganak. Maraming complications, pero yung nagka-anemia, pero nag-bleeding, pero tumaas ang BP. So, dahil po doon, pwedeng hindi mag-breastfeed maka-breastfeed ang baby sa kanila. Pero meron ba akong narinig na story before? Kasi yung mother is admitted in the ICU, postpartum, nanganak po siya na may complications at hindi po siya nakapag-padede kasi nga po nasa ICU siya. Ang ginawa po ng tatay, ng anak niya, is nagpa-pump po ang tatay ng baby niya sa kanya every 2 hours. Consistently, the father is pumping breast milk for their babies while the mother is unconscious lying in the ICU bed. And amazing po talaga kasi nung time na gumising na ang mother, nawala na siya sa coma, able na siya to wake up and nakaka-interact na talaga. Ito po, bumalik po, ang kaya na po niyang ipadede yung baby niya kasi may gatas siya. Yung daddy kasi was able to establish the milk supply even if yung mother is in the ICU. So kahit na may maternal, gano'n na po ang complication sa nanay, able to breastfeed pa rin po for as long as merong milk expression. So another po is here, another factor po is yung flat, inverted, or pierced nipples. Minsan nahihirapan po ang baby na dumede kapag meron kayong piercing or kapag flat ang nipple or inverted ang nipple. Pero able naman po sila to feed directly on the breast. Pero minsan medyo matagal po compared sa kalabas talaga ang nipples. So meron pa tayo dito, nipple pinch test. How do you know if you have inverted nipple? Kasi madami po nagsasabi sa akin na inverted po kasi ang nipple ko, Doc. Paano po ba mapadede, inverted ang nipple po. So first, let's see if inverted po ba talaga ang nipple ninyo. So, kailangan nyo po pisilin ang nipple pinch. You just pinch it. Kapag normal po ang nipple ninyo, lumalabas siya. Your nipple stands out. Kapag inverted siya, the nipple pulls in. Ibig sabihin, mas lalo siyang pumapasok kapag pinipisil natin. Kapag flat naman ang nipples natin, so wala siyang pinagbago, parang flat lang siya whether kapag ipisil or hindi. So may mga iba lang po talaga na mamis na medyo short lang ang nipples nila pero hindi po inverted ang nipples. So tingnan po natin yung nipples po natin if inverted ba talaga kasi actually may other methods naman to pull it out. So you can try to pump before you feed your baby. You can try naman i-roll, parang yung nipples po i-roll po ninyo yung with your fingers hanggang sa lumabas sila yung nipple. And then others are using syringe na tinanggal yung injection, pinutol at hilain po ang nipple. Medyo masakit lang po yun, pero if wala pong available na pump, we can also try to do that. Okay, so ito po yung meron tayo maternal, newborn, separation of mother and baby. So if meron pa tayong mga factors yung sa mother, so usually nagkakaroon po talaga ng delayed breastfeeding kasi uncomfortable or hindi po nagagawa ng maayos yung pagpapasuso. Ang newborn factors naman natin is ito kapag na-admit po sa NICU ang baby natin o kaya naman nagka-jaundice ang baby. So minsan yung mga doktor natin hindi pa muna ipapadeda yung baby. So kapag ganit po ang nangyari, hindi po pwede dumede pa si baby kasi nasa NICU or may jaundice siya. What you can do is you can pump po for your baby. Kaya yung kanina sabi ko, yung question about kung kailangan bang 6 weeks talaga before mag-start mag-pump. So kapag premature po ang baby nyo or kapag nasa NICU ang baby nyo, so kailangan nyo po na mag-pump kasi para to compensate kasi hindi naman po dumedede sa baby para may continued milk production pa rin po at ma-establish ang milk supply natin. So, delayed breastfeeding, other causes din, separation of mother and baby for any other cause aside from yung maternal and baby na factors, yung newborn factors. Pwede po siguro pagkatapos mga anak, lumabas na nag-abroad na ang mother, may mga ganong cases po. So, and then, ito din, introduction of formula milk in the hospital. Sino po dito, just like me, nagkaroon, na-introduce po yung babies nila sa formula milk na nasa hospital pa lang? Sino po yung nakapag-formula feeding po sa hospital pa lang nung after pagpanganak? So, me, si Mami Elaine, Mami Jane, Mami Allen. Actually, ang weird kasi ang alam ko kasi when it comes to labor and delivery, meron kasi talagang program ang DOH na for exclusive breastfeeding, ganyan. Pero nagtaka ako sa hospital nung nanganak ako kasi nireseta doon sa hospital na kailangan ko bumili ng formula milk. So, at inadmit sa NICU ang anak ko for no reason at all. So, doon pa lang nakita natin sa hospital, we are already introduced with formula milk. So, eto po, let's hear some stories of mommies who were able to breastfeed against all odds. So, si Mami Teresa, twice operated due to breast mass. No matter what I do po, yung isang breast ko is 0.5 to 1 ounce lang ang production. Kaya we decided to have mixed feeding while pumping or latching. Lahat po ng Pampaboost na supplements at lactation support na try ko na lumakas ng supply. Nag-start kami 12 ons to 12, to 8 to 6, then down to 2 ons. Ngayon, almost 100% kaya na ang EBF 4-day, unlatch na po siya sa akin. So nakita po natin, nagkaroon siya ng surgery. Then, nahirapan din po siya sa milk production niya. But since medicated po siya at nag-decide talaga na mag-pump at magpa-latch sa baby nila. So ngayon, from 12 ons na feeding, umabot na sa almost 2 ons na lang yung formula na binibigay niya sa baby niya. Almost 100% na ABF. Si Mami Lawrence naman, sabi niya, inverted nipple siya. Pero kahit na inverted nipple inverted yung nipple niya at nahirapan siya at first, nag-continue pa rin siya at ngayon madami na siyang gatas. Then, ito naman si Mami Geraldine. So, yung baby niya naman is nasa NICU. So, galing siyang NICU yung baby at hindi nakapagpadede sa kanya. Pero since nagpa-pump pa rin siya, so hanggang sa nagpa-pump siya ng gatas para mahatid sa NICU. So, kita po natin dito, just like these mommies who continued breastfeeding their babies despite the difficulties, they were able to provide pa rin talaga gatas sa babies nila. Kayo din po, you too are able if you don't give up. Just like them, if wala pong mag-give up sa breastfeeding, kahit na gaano yan kahirap, kayang-kaya po dumami ang gatas for our babies. So, ang assignment po natin for today's session, ito, rest if you need to. Kung pagod na po talaga kayo, pwede kayong magpahinga. But always go back and don't give up on breastfeeding. Malinaw po ba yun, mommies? Malinaw po ba yun? Ito may question po. Let's see some questions. Question from Mami Divine. Dok, totoo po ba kung ilang ons lang po ang napapump, ganun lang din ba nakukuha ni baby kapag direct latch siya? Baby ko po kasi mas preferred niya direct latch sa akin. Ayaw niya po dumede sa bottle. Kaya hindi po ako nagpa-pump kasi napapanis lang po. And wala din po kaming ref. 11 months na po. Kaya, okay. So, actually po, mas marami ang gatas na nakukuha ni baby sa atin kapag unlatching siya or direct latching. Again, once you are unlatching mom or yung baby mo is nursing on you, sumususo po sa inyo, yung hindi po basehan ng milk output yung anong nakukuha sa pump kasi mostly nakukuha na po ni baby during feeding. So kapag actually mas efficient kasi ang mga babies natin when it comes to sucking the milk. Actually when you see products, mga breast pumps po in the market, depende po nagde-depend yung milk output natin minsan sa kind of pump na ginagamit natin. Higher quality pumps, especially hospital grade pumps, they mimic the infant suckling patterns. Dinatry po nila na as much as possible isundin or gayahin ang paano dumede ang baby. Kaya mas marami po ang output na nakukuha sa mga hospital grade pumps for in a short period of time. So ganun po ang mga babies natin ka-efficient. So hindi natin nakikita kung gaano kadami ang nakukuha nila, pero we can just estimate it. Try nyo po i-weigh or timbangin yung baby ninyo before and after feeding. So kung meron po kayo yung very exact na weighing scale, makikita po ninyo doon kung how much milk ang nadedede nila sa atin. So let's answer some questions po. Hi, Doc. May chance din po kaya na makadiscuss kayo ng paano malaman right flange, size, insert na feet nipples, iba-iba. Iba-iba po kasi ang cases, lalo iba-iba ang nipples at pump na gagamitin. We'll try to answer this po tomorrow kasi we'll be talking about yung practical tips how to save time and effort when it comes to breast pumping. So, you stay tuned po, especially for tomorrow's session kasi last na po natin tomorrow. Then, Doc, ang power pumping po ba dapat 1 to 2 times per day lang or pwede naman po each session? And ano po appropriate pump before latch or latch before pump? Si Mami Nor Aina. So if your baby is latching on you and then at the same time nagpa-pump po kayo, unahin niyo po na ipadede muna yung baby ninyo kaysa ang pumping. Kasi your baby, actually magagalit siya na dedede siya at wala namang gatas doon. So ayaw niya nang dumede sa inyo. So dapat dumede muna siya, satisfied yung baby niyo, busog na busog, saka kayo magpa-pump if you wish to pump afterwards. Pero kung gusto niyo po mag-power pump, you can try power pumping 1 to 2 times a day at up until you find a result na yung parang satisfied na kayo sa result ng ano ninyo, ng milk boost ninyo. Pwede naman po up to 3 times. Pero masyado na siyang time consuming kasi ang isang power pump session, yung pump rest, actually takes 1 hour to finish. So kapag 3 times mo siyang gagawin in a day, masyado na siyang time consuming and baka meron din kayong ibang pwedeng gawin or gustong gawin. So, pero pwede naman siya, pero medyo ilang po. And pwede rin kasi kapag sobra naman ang power pumping ninyo, kasi nakaka-increase kasi siya ng milk supply. Kapag sumobra po ang gatas ninyo, pwede din po kayo mag-oversupply and as parang contrary to popular belief, ang oversupply po ay hindi po maganda kasi madami siyang health disadvantages such as for the mommy side, marami siyang at risk po for clogged ducts and mastitis. And then kapag sa baby naman, at risk for nutritional imbalance kapag directly latching. Okay. If I want to switch, si Mami Liz, if I want to switch to bottle feed from latching, how much or how can I prepare for this para di maubusan ng supply? Switch to bottle feed from latching. So kapag latching po kayo, so you try to pump extra lang po during the day, 1 to 2 times, preferably in the morning and in the evening, you try to pump extra after your baby is fully fed na po. Then, kapag yung sobra doon, you can build your milk stash, i-collect nyo lang po, at pwede nyo pong store yun para if in cases na kailangan nyo ng extra milk, meron kayong makukuha. Question ni Mami Ives, Doc, may chance po ba na magka-mastitis pag early nag-pump? Depende po. Kasi actually, yung mastitis at first, di ba, kapag hindi dumedede ang baby natin, pwede kasi we experience engorgement. So if you want to relieve engorgement, kasi masakit ang dede nyo at hindi pa nakaka-latch si baby, you can use the breast pump to relieve that mastitis. So, ang kagandahan po kasi sa pumping is that hindi kayo po ang may control at hindi po si baby. So, even if your baby is not hungry, you can pump para po ma-relieve yung tension sa breast niyo due to full or engorged na breast. Ganon. Yun po, and on the other side, kapag sumobra naman po kayo sa pumping at hindi po properly drained ang breast niyo during pumping, then it can also cause mastitis kasi yung improper drainage of breast milk can cause clogged ducts. Kapag hindi pa siya na-treat na maayos, it can cause mastitis. So, depende po talaga siya sa kung paano natin gagamitin ang breast pumps natin. Dok, ano pong bawal na foods pwede pag magpadede? Nakaka-affect po rin ba sa paghina ng milk ang mga bawal na food? Actually po, wala naman pong something na bawal talaga when it comes to food intake. Pero you can only limit them. Pero unless po kapag alcohol, i-avoid po natin ang alcohol kasi it can enter our breast milk po. Pero when it comes to food, depende naman kapag may allergies kayo, kapag may history kayo of allergies, most likely ang baby niyo may possibility of allergies din. So, pwede din po makuha ni baby yun sa gatas natin. So, you need to observe lang po yung reaction ng baby niyo sa mga kinakain din po. So, si Mami Bea, Doc, I'm taking Natalak Forte po ngayon. Pwede po bang i-stop ko na lang ang pag-take? Natalak Forte, if I'm not mistaken, it's malunggay capsules. Actually po, pagdating po sa mga food supplements and mga diet, mga products to increase lactation or increase milk supply, for me, ako personally, I believe in those products kasi they have talaga, it can boost mga hormones natin, mga prolactin. However, in the long run, hindi po kasi siya cost-effective. Number one, they are very expensive. And number two, they may not be nutritious for us. So let's say mga lactation cookies. So actually, I want to try to buy lactation cookies before nung nagtatry pa lang akong magsa-start pa lang ako mag-breastfeed. But then nagpo-compute ako, parang isang cookie abot ata ng 50 peso. So sa 50 peso, ang dami ko nang pwedeng bilhin doon. So and then sa isang cookie naman noon, ay isang box para mga 24 pieces, and then hindi siya cost efficient talaga kasi masyado siyang mahal. And if I can power pump, then why buy and drink mga those products? And kapag yung natala, pero kung afford nyo naman po yung mga supplements, wala naman po problema kasi they are helpful naman po talaga. Basta for as long as you do your part na there is a consistent milk expression, kasi kapag wala naman pong milk expression, pero umiinom tayo ng mga malunggay capsules, hindi naman po dadami ang gatas natin doon kasi yung mga hormones natin for milk production na-inactivate na siya. So, nade-deactivate yung mga hormones natin kapag walang dumidede or walang milk expression through pumping or hand expression. So, eto, sige po, mag-answer pa po ako ng last two questions kasi it's already 8 p.m. Ano pa? Dok, nakaka-help ba ang nipple shield in preparation to bottle feeding ni baby? Yung nipple shields po, mami, they can help actually yung mga inverted nipples. If nahirapan naman po na yung mga baby natin to latch on us, pwede naman tayong mag-try mag-nipple shield. Yung when it comes to bottle feeding, actually very controversial ang bottle feeding kasi it can cause talaga nipple confusion for our babies. May mga ibang babies naman na able to transition between breast and the bottle, or there are others naman na hindi. So, yun lang po. For us, ito na po ang end ng session natin. So, assignment again, rest if you need to, if pagod na po, but always go back and don't give up on breastfeeding. Again, we have our third session tomorrow. It's all about build your milk stash using LAM secrets of hassle-free breast pumping. Learn 3 practical strategies to save time and effort when breast pumping becomes troublesome for tired and busy moms. So again, if you attended and participated in all 3 workshops, I will give you a free copy of Mommy and Lactation's frequently asked questions. So marami pa pong mga questions sa mga mommies na sinasagot ko po dito sa frequently asked questions po natin. So yung mga sinasagot ko po dito sa ano natin, sa Zoom meeting natin, hindi ko po ma-answer kasi lahat. We have only a limited time. So if you want to learn more, you can attend all the 3 workshops, 3 days, and then I will give you a copy of this. Then reminders, the workshop is free only if you attend live. If you want a copy of this recording of our session, so it is available for a small convenience fee po. So yun na po ang ating lesson for today. So I hope po na meron kayong natutunan po mga mommies. May natutunan na po ba kayo today? Tonight po? Look, pa-send po ng link sa attendance. Okay, I'll send the link. Send. So, ito po yung you answer the link po, yung I mean you answer the form. Everyone. Ano po yung untitled question? Sorry po. Your name po. Put your name on it. So, email address and input lang po yung name ninyo. So, ito po yung link ng Google Form natin. So, yun lang po ang ating session for tonight. I hope po na may natutunan po tayo. Inspired po ba kayo na mag-breastfeed? Sino po ang na-inspire at na-motivate po na mag-breastfeed sa kanilang babies? Okay, kita natin dami si Mami Mary Jane, si Mami Princess, si Mami Joy, Mami Naraina. Okay. So, thank you po everyone. Nakaka-inspire din po kayo. Okay po, so we'll see you again tomorrow in our last session po of this 3-day live web workshop or for our Road to Exclusive Breastfeeding. So thank you everyone. Good night po, mommies.